Dude, my legs. My mom said, don't get your hair. It's hard when it's a little bit light outside because you can't quite see it. All right, you guys. Well, what we are attempting to film right now is just a life update. My life update. Usually I work a little bit better if I've got questions. So I'm gonna do my best, just I'll kind of ramble through some things, you know, and then Mitch will help me if I need some help with some direction, right? So I have talked about it a little bit on like Instagram, but I haven't done like a video on it. Let's start from the beginning. Last August, sorry, 2 Augusts ago, so not this last August, the year prior, I had, some of you may remember this, I had to I got my nose fixed. Years prior, I broke my nose with a barbell and they went in because I had broke my cartilage, and on one side it was basically caving in on itself, and went in, said it would be a pretty easy surgery. And to be completely honest with you, you know, I feel like I'm still worried that my nose is still swollen, but whatever. At least it isn't cracking where I can feel it and almost like hear it when I would move it. Recovering from surgery, you know, you do surgery and you can't exercise or get your heart rate up, and you gotta, you know, listen to your doctor and take time off, yada, yada, yada. Yes, yes, yes. I've done it before. I get it. I did that. And then I was getting ready to get back into training, get back in the gym. Some of you might remember I went out to Montana and we went snowboarding. We did, you know, had a lot of fun, worked out, but I was really struggling, and I didn't talk about it with a lot of people. In fact, I didn't talk about it for a long time because I was trying to process it myself and see what was, like, do some check-in with myself and see what was really going on. I couldn't recover. You know, after my surgery, I took time off, but then as I started to get back in the gym, I just couldn't recover. I was tired all the time, still am, but I was having a really hard time doing even a very small amount of anything in the gym, like body weight, some basic stuff, and I would be out sore for days. I mean, it would wreck me. The most beginner or entry level workouts with my sisters, just like to do some fun stuff, because, you know, one of my sister was trying to get back into exercising after having a baby, so we were kind of doing a lot of just exercise, move, you know, a little bit every day, do a little bit more. And I had surgery, so I was trying to take some steps back, but I just I couldn't figure it out. I ended up, so that was I had surgery the end of July. No, the 1st of August. And I ended up speaking with my friend Dave Lipson and his wife Camille LeBlanc-Vazenet, really good friends of mine. I was out visiting them and kind of just expressing to them like how I was feeling. And that's when they mentioned to me I should really get my blood work done, like a full write-up. I should get my hormones checked. I should have everything looked at. And the last time I had worked with somebody to have my hormones checked or anything like that was actually in college. My mom, you know, deals with stuff like that, imbalances, has for a very long time. So is my sister. So it's kind of, you know, runs in the family to have some imbalances. But it was hard for me to believe that, like, it was very hard for me to believe that there was something wrong and that I wasn't just being a total wuss. You know, I kept trying to think, like, am I just making excuses, or do I really feel shitty? Do I really feel crappy? And turns out I really felt crappy, and I felt crappy for a long time. I ended up starting to work with Live Health, Livhealth, Live Health, because it was recommended to me from Cammie and Dave. Dave and Cammie had worked with them for a long time and had, you know, great results and loved the bedside manner and how they worked. And I like to, you know, I would prefer, especially things that cost a lot of money and anything to do with my health, I would prefer to try things that were recommended to me by a friend that had a lot of success working with that person or place or whatever. So I started working with Live Health in February, and February 2022, and it is now November? It's November. And I'm just now starting to feel better. So it has been a long process, and I knew it would be. They said that it, especially for like women, it's more of like finding the perfect recipe when dealing with deficiencies and imbalances and things like that. But I guess to share with you some personal information, and I want to share this with you. It's just I always try to remind myself too, like, it's important to keep things that are private, keep some things private. But I am going to share this with you because I hope that this helps some other people and women out there. I had little to no progesterone. I'm estrogen dominant. I always have been. I've had a copper wire IUD. I got off birth control, off hormones in college, because I was told that because of my blood, like my mom, my hereditary, could be prone to like female type cancers if I'm loading myself up with more, like female hormones. And because I already am estrogen dominant. And so I got off birth control a long time ago, but no progesterone, I had no dopamine, no serotonin, very, very little melatonin. It seemed like I was not able to flush things out of my system. Also, you guys, I'm not a doctor, right? I didn't, terms or things that I might be saying improperly or not describing, I am describing the best to my ability, so bear with me. A theory was that after surgery, my body wasn't able to clear out the anesthesia, clear out certain things, right? Basically flush it out. And that was a big reason why I felt really bad. I mean, I was, if you can imagine, can't recover, training feels like garbage, my serotonin, dopamine was so low, and then you have just, me going through my menstrual cycle every month. When you do that, women, it's like the whole cycle is like 28 days, and your hormones, your sex hormones, are changing that whole time. So that's natural, but you add that to me being very almost deficient in certain things, and I had a rough year. We'll leave it at that. I had a rough year. But the positive is that through this process, we've been taking it very slow, baby steps. You don't want to make huge changes, right? It's just like check your blood work, make a small adjustment, making sure like certain vitamins, minerals, a lot of things that I'm getting that can support certain functions, and then can stay with that consistently, and then do more blood work, do more blood panels, and see how things are working out. And it's been a long process, but I'm finally feeling better, which is great because I have felt bad for a long time. And I haven't really shared it because I'm not, getting on Instagram and trying to like do a post and tell you all about it, or get on my story and tell you all about it. That's just not me. I am someone that I am an introvert. I'm really good at extroverting. I love extroverting, but I'm an introvert. And so when I'm dealing with something, I'm dealing with it. I'm dealing with it in my own mind, and I'm trying to work through it and figure it out. And it can be really, it's like I'll want to talk about it, or I want to share it with all of you, but it's almost as if paralysis by analysis, kind of. So I'm doing it now, and hopefully this helps you understand where I've been. Maybe some of you don't think I've been MIA. I assume that a lot of you probably are thinking like I've been a little MIA, and I have, because I felt really bad. I felt really crappy, and it's hard to put yourself on display. At least for me, it's hard for me to be interactive on social media and do all that when I'm feeling so bad. I can't fake it. A lot of people out there are very good at faking it. not showing what might really be going on in their life, or not showing what might really be going on, you know, in their head or whatever. I can't. So if I feel deeply. So if I'm feeling really crappy or I'm whatever, I can't pretend that I don't. So instead, it's almost like I get overwhelmed by what I think I should be doing, and then I don't do any of it. And that is why I haven't been super active on social media or YouTube. I mean, other reasons too. You know, gotta have a videographer available and, you know, activities that I wanna go do. But I'm here now, I'm doing it now, and I don't plan on, you know, all of a sudden just like trying to be the best influencer that I can, or trying to be the best, you know, do more. I'm not telling you I'm coming back, I'm gonna do more. No, I'm saying that I never wanted to leave. I never wanted to be MIA, but that's what I needed. That's the best that I could do. So now I'm back. You know, I am committing. I'm telling myself I am gonna be more active on social media. I do want to, and I plan on doing more YouTube content and to share with you some of the new things I have going on and some of the new things that I am working toward. But, you know, don't think that I'm not gonna blow your lid off. I'm not gonna like completely surprise you and have so much content all the time, but I'm gonna do my best. So now that I've got that out of the way, what else is new? So obviously I'm still doing Naked Training Program, and it is awesome. If you guys haven't checked it out, please do. You know, I understand that there are a million programs to choose from. There's a million challenges. There are challenges all the time. You know, so I don't even get surprised if I feel like we don't have a ton of new people signing up for a challenge or whatever. And I am so grateful for the people that are a part of the program and do choose to try out a challenge or work with us in any capacity, because I know that there is so many options out there, and there has been, and I feel like since COVID there's even more options because everybody and their dog have come out with training programs. So if you are with me and you are a part of the Naked program, I thank you, because it means a lot, and we put a lot of time and effort into creating what it is that we do and what we have, and we're constantly trying to make it even better and offer you more. So thank you for sticking around and, you know, not giving up on, you know, what we have coming in the future. Other than that, I am working a lot more in agriculture. I sold my house in California. I don't really need to talk about why, not gonna, but I moved back home. And I always planned on being here part-time, but now I'm here pretty much full-time. People have asked if I now work for my dad's ranch. Yes, I don't work for my dad. I don't go to work there. I think it is a privilege for me to get to go to the ranch and help my dad and learn and drive the tractors and be a part of everything that we're creating up there. So it's work, but it actually is like therapy for me. Manual labor does wonders. Some of you probably do manual labor and you're thinking like, Brooke, you don't know what you're talking about because that's not your day job. And I understand that too, but I can tell you, for me, and if anyone out there might be able to relate to some of the things I'm talking about, manual labor, whether it's like pulling weeds, you know, not for time, but just outside in nature, working, enjoying nature. It really is therapeutic, and it's been really therapeutic for me. I'm working in agriculture. Some of you probably have noticed that I helped start a company called Regenerative Pastures, and it is promoting, trying to get more people to order their beef from the States and not order beef from companies that are importing all their beef from out of the country, because we have more than enough really good regeneratively raised beef, and it's better for you, it's better for the environment. And not everybody can be on the ranch working, not everybody can actually be out in the field, you know, making a difference or being a part of the solution, but you can be helping tremendously if you just change where you are getting your product from. So I've been doing that. A lot more stuff on the rise that I have. I'm working with my business partner AJ Richardson, and AJ Richards, we are working on some more stuff in the agriculture space that is going to hopefully make the lives of consumers and producers, ranchers and farmers, so much easier. A big goal that we have is to help facilitate, make it easier for consumers and producers to eat regionally. Eat regionally. We don't need to be shipping. We have these companies a few companies that own the whole marketplace of beef. We'll just talk about beef. That is so unnecessary. That is why we're in the problem that we're in. The industrialization of ranching and farming was a terrible idea. And instead of you thinking that the way to fix it is to just get rid of cows, like the whole movement of fake meat is so stupid. Some of you probably are gonna get super triggered that I said that, but the way I think, and a lot of other people too, before industrialization, you worked with nature. You didn't try and recreate it. When you worked against it, that's where you run into problems. With growing a crop, by throwing tons of fertilizer on there and, trying to get it to grow faster and larger and changing everything, then all of a sudden you're depleting the soil. Now we have dirt. Now we have a big problem. It's just creating problems because we're trying to overproduce. And that is just Cliff Notes and probably just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to what's been done, what needs to be changed, and really that we need to come together to make a big difference, to actually have an impact on our soil health and to create long-term wealth when it comes to, the food that we have available to us and the health of that food, right? The reason I think that fake meat is a terrible idea, well, exactly because it's exactly how it sounds. To make something with chemicals and make it in a lab, can you really think that that's going to be better for you than something that has been like one with nature, grass-fed, free-range, healthy animals? It's just, for me, it's a no-brainer. So, anyways, we will move on from that topic. Oh, with that said, me and AJ are starting a podcast, and I will let you guys know when that's up and running. And it's all about agriculture, and it's really going to be about educational, having lots of people on that we'll have on for interviews that are like, they're in the middle of the fight every day, and ranchers and farmers that are constantly working on educating people for how to transition their ranch or their farm, or even just someone at home with a little bit of land that can grow their own vegetables, and how we can do it regeneratively, which is constantly giving back to the soil, which now makes it way easier to have a really, have something growing year round, and then maintaining soil health, so you're never really going to run into problems of something not wanting to grow on your land. Anyways, beyond that, I don't have any movies coming up. Some people want to know that. I don't have any movies coming up or TV shows, but I did just get sent 2 scripts to read. So maybe you'll be the second to know. Since I was little, I've always wanted to be a cowboy. That is all I wanted. When I was young growing up, I grew up we had horses. We've always had cows. My going on the deer hunt, riding horseback, just out in nature, at the cabin. That's how I was raised. And I was deathly allergic to horses when I was growing up. And I loved them so much. My dad we always love to laugh about it now because I can go and ride and be fine. I still usually take a Zyrtec, but I can go and be fine. When I was little, middle of summer, and I'd want to go ride, we'd go on the deer hunt or whatever it is, and my dad and mom would have to put me in long pants, long sleeves, gloves, hat, bandana to cover my face. And the whole time it was like, Brooke, do not touch your face. Like, I'd get itchy. The second I touched my face, my eyes would swell shut. Like, I remember doing that, and then being on the couch at the cabin, and my grandma, my dad's mom, would, she'd lay me down and she'd give me some Benadryl, and then she'd have to get a cold washcloth and roll it up and lay it over my eyes to try and get the swelling down. So that obviously put a wrench in my plan to be a rodeo queen. But, guys, I know I'm moving a lot, I'm fidgeting. It's because I'm very uncomfortable, because I'm sore. I've had some good accomplishments. I'm 33, I just turned 33 in August, and went to the CrossFit Games, did very well, filmed a couple movies. In one of them, you definitely see me. Some of you probably have never seen me neither, and I don't really care. It's not like I want to be known for being in a movie. I want to be known for helping change the world and make it a better place. That is what I want to be known for. And what I'm very excited about is I have been spending some time with my dad and discussing what my goal is in terms of on the ranch. So aside from what I'm doing with AJ to create more opportunity and consistent revenue for ranchers and farmers through a project that we're working on, I want to rope and ride. Now, I want to rope and ride. I want to move cows. I want to be an asset to my dad. I want to be someone who just knows how to do everything, can figure it out, and can be someone who people can rely on for when they need anything, and for anything, but really for my dad for the ranch. And we're working on expanding our projects, I guess, up there, eventually running more steers. We'd like to do a lot of stuff, but within that, I really would love to, I want to ride more, and I really want to get into cutting. If you guys don't know what horse cutting is, it's basically your horse working a cow, right? So almost like playing like cat and mouse with a cow, with a steer. And you see the horses do it, and it is incredible. They are so unbelievably athletic, it'll blow your mind. But I would like to do it and show horses. I'd love to do that, but I also really just want to be a great wrangler for my dad for the ranch. And if we start running more cows, we start having, more animals that need to be taken care of, it's like, I'm your girl. I can do it. I'm ranching. I want to be self-sufficient. I want to be someone who is extremely reliable for my dad, that he doesn't need to do hand-holding. He can tell me what he needs, and I want him to know that it's going to get done. I want him to know that he doesn't have to worry about me not knowing what I'm doing. And that's why it feels so good I'm driving the tractors, doing a lot of things that, it's just doing it. It's trying it out. It's learning how to do it, and then it's practicing. And I've been able to do that. I love being home. I spent so much time away from my family, college, and then going out to California with my boyfriend at the time, then became my husband, now is my ex-husband. And all through that time too, when I was living in California, like I was actually just telling somebody, I never came home for Thanksgiving because I could not afford to come home for Thanksgiving and Christmas. I had to pick one, and so for me, when everything happened, well, I had my spine surgery, and then I trained to come back to compete, and then I did 2018, and then I dealt with my shoulder stuff, and then the whole industry of CrossFit went all, a lot of craziness was happening. Basically, then COVID happened. And right before that happened, it was just so clear to me that I need to be home more. I need to make that a priority. I think that everybody's different. Everybody has a different relationship with their family, with their siblings, and that's fine. It is different for everybody. But for me, I can tell you that I basically got to a point where if I didn't start spending more time with my siblings, with my nieces and my nephews, with my parents, that would be something that I would regret for the rest of my life. So I'm home. I love being here. I'm still traveling. I'm still working. I am getting into the tactical training stuff. I have told people that I haven't signed up for a competition yet, but for the tactical games. If you guys don't know what the tactical games are, just think like functional fitness, kind of more grunt work, strongman, you know, like military, okay? To me, that shit's sexy. So I like that. It's like physically taxing, but then getting good with accuracy, the ability to be accurate with a firearm when you're under fatigue. Some people are probably, you know, you might be pulling back a little bit when I talk about it, but man, just don't get so offended so easily. I think it's a fantastic thing. This is what I want. This is what I want from the tactical training. One, it's exciting. I like that. I want to be good at that. I think that it excites me. It excites the hell out of me to become, I already know I can take care of myself, but to have that extra level of confidence, that extra level of self-confidence, knowing that I am an absolute weapon, that I can protect myself, that I can protect anyone around me if like I were put in a situation where, you know, shit was getting crazy. That's what I want. In fact, I started talking to my buddy who's been helping me train, and that's what I told him. You know, I let them know up front. I started working with staccato pistols. I let them know up front, like, you know that like I want to compete, but that's not why I'm doing this. Like what I want way more than a competition, like to get a stand on the podium. What I want way more than that is to actually become a weapon. Like to just be an absolute weapon. So that is what I'm working on. I am holding off on competing in something like the tactical games because of where I'm at my fitness level right now. So that's the biggest reason why I haven't pushed to compete in that, because I've seen the movements, I've seen the weights, the prescribed weights for the women, and there's just some things that I don't think that I'm quite ready for yet. Like my shoulders aren't quite ready for yet. So I'm focusing more on just shooting. And I have talked to my buddy Mitch, who is doing this video for me right now, and we are going to put some videos together and some content together of some tactical training, which will be very fun to showcase and show you guys. Plus, the guys I've been training with are so good, it is mind-blowing. It is literally insane. So aside, I'm doing the tactical training stuff. That is something that it excites me. And that's exactly what I needed when it came to my training too, is I needed something that made me motivated to be in the gym. After being full-time exercising for a very long time, and then going through things like a cervical fusion, you know, some setbacks that are emotionally hard, exhausting, and then physically, it has been hard for me to be in the gym just because. Go and do my workout just because. Like there has to be a reason. So that's what some of this other stuff has made, like the tactical stuff, that has been something that motivates me to be in the gym and keep pushing in my training. Now, above all, is anything important. When I say anything important, if something comes up like my dad needs me, or my mom, or my sisters, and they need my help, whereas in the past, I would do what I could, but my training always came first, that is no longer the case for me, and it hasn't been for a while. What comes first is my family, what comes first is my nieces and my nephews, and what comes first is even, you know, this stuff I'm doing with business and agriculture, because I've had a great career. I've got to experience so many things, and I'm not done trying new things, start new businesses. I mean, I think I'll continue to, I have lots of ideas, so I'll continue to keep dabbling, being an entrepreneur. But man, for me, family is the most important. So from here on out, I never want to miss something with my parents or my siblings or whatever, like miss an opportunity to help them or just be involved in something that is important because of my own personal goals, I guess, or hobbies. But other than that, I'm feeling good. I am still doing a lot, and I plan, you know, I'm not done doing, you know, some people have asked, like, am I still working out? Yes, I will forever work out. I'm just not competing. Like I said, there's some things that are just more important than making sure I'm in the gym for 2 hours a day. Mostly my sanity. You know, I'm taking baby steps. I'm getting healthy. I'm doing what I can. Anyways, am I missing anything? Sometimes I do forget things I have going on, so if I did, I will catch you guys up on it next time. And you guys could definitely help me out by leave a comment. Let me know if there's, you know, if you just want to say something nice would be great. If there's stuff that I've done in the past or videos we've done in the past that you really loved that, or you'd love to see more of it, help me help you. And other than that, thanks for watching. If you've made it this far, if you shut me off a while ago because I just kept rambling, I totally get it. Not even mad at you. But for now, my day's over. I'm already in pajamas. And I gotta do some practicing. So I'm gonna grab my rope and I'm gonna go to work on that steer over there, that green steer. And I'm sure Mitch will get a little bit of a video so you can see it. By all means, I am a complete beginner. So all you teachers out there that want to correct my roping, feel free, but just know that I'm an open book. You know, I'm a pile of clay. I got nothing but it's all up from here, you know? You guys, thanks for watching, listening, all the above. And thanks for, if you are watching this, thanks for sticking around. I really appreciate you. And I'm not bullshitting you. I really, really, really appreciate every single one of you, every single person that has been, you know, sticking with me through my whole journey. Even if you haven't been here since the beginning, but you're here now, I really appreciate you. Without all of you, I would not have a platform to help share my experiences with things, to hopefully help people learn from my mistakes, is what I'm trying to say. Anyways, I'm done. Have a good night, or good morning, or good afternoon, whatever time of day it is where you're watching this, and I will read your comments. Thanks for watching. Shit.